Former FTX crypto founder Sam Bankman-Fried speaking out from prison after being found guilty of one of the biggest financial schemes in history. Fox Business's Susan Lee spoke exclusively to the disgraced crypto king. She's here now with more. Susan, what did he have to say?
Good morning to you. Well, it's been more than 3 years since the former crypto billionaire was arrested for fraud and money laundering. Currently serving a 25-year sentence, Sam Bankman-Fried said that he would welcome some help from the White House.
Could be. Obviously, it's ultimately up to the president, not up to me.
Now, have you had any conversations with the White House or anyone connected to the president at all?
I haven't myself.
But have, say, your parents or anyone that you've been in contact with at all?
I can't speak for them.
I assume that you would want a pardon from the White House.
Absolutely.
Now, despite the vagueness in that answer, we did find a pardon application. Right now, the application is for a pardon after he serves his prison sentence. Bankman-Fried is still appealing his conviction, with that decision currently pending in the Second Circuit. He still maintains that he did not commit fraud.
I didn't steal user funds either. And there customers have been repaid now 170% or so on their deposits. It's one of the very few cases where the platform was over-collateralized, where customers were more than made whole, and yet there was, not just a criminal investigation, but a prosecution and, dozens of years of sentence. I can only tell you what I think. Ultimately, customers have been repaid again nearly twice what they had on the platform, and it's a great disservice to them that it has taken 3 years.
FTX liquidators do say that users were repaid in full, but that was based on 2022 prices when Bitcoin was only trading at $16,000. Now, one lawyer who represented victims of FTX, Adam Moskowitz, told us that I would not oppose granting Sam a pardon as co-lead counsel for hundreds of thousands of FTX victims over the past 3 years. One of the first defendants to offer to help out victims was Mr. Bankman-Fried. Meantime, Senator Bernie Moreno, who sits on the banking committee, says that the guy shouldn't be pardoned. The guy should go to jail for a long, long time. We asked the White House for comment, and they directed us back to President Trump's previous statements that he was not considering a pardon for Bankman-Fried.
Susan, what happened to the others that were a part of this fraud, in particular the girlfriend? Where is she now?
Yeah, so she got a plea deal, of course, in part for her testimony and some of the evidence that she provided in the conviction of Sam Bankman-Fried, convicted on 6 counts of fraud and 1 count of money laundering, 25 years behind bars. But it looks like he's still going to serve that sentence. And legal experts that I've spoken to on his pending appeal say that they're pessimistic on the odds.
No, it was something that really kind of not just shook, but really kind of ruined crypto in a lot of people's minds. Susan Lee, thank you for that exclusive reporting on that.